Why the Corvette C5 is a classic favorite among speed enthusiasts. The Corvette C5, an American icon that changed the game. It's fast, lightweight, and built to dominate. But why do speed enthusiasts still love this car decades later? Let's dive in. The C5 was a revolution. In the 90s, the Corvette was falling behind. The C4 was decent, but it was outdated, heavy, and getting smoked by imports like the Supra, NSX, and RX-7. Corvette needed something new, something fast, something that would bring them back to the top. Then came the C5. It was a total revolution. Unlike the older models, the C5 wasn't just a facelift, it was redesigned from the ground up. Hydroformed chassis, lighter, stronger, and designed for high-speed handling. Rear-mounted transaxle for perfect 50-50 weight distribution. Completely reworked suspension, a huge improvement from the C4, giving the C5 way better stability at high speeds. And most importantly, the legendary LS1 engine, the LS1-A Powerhouse that changed the game. The 5.7-liter LS1 V8 was an absolute monster. It made 350 horsepower stock, but tuners quickly figured out that this engine could handle way more. The LS1 was lightweight, powerful, and incredibly tunable. Car enthusiasts soon realized that with just a few mods, you could push this engine well over 400 horsepower. And for those who wanted insane power, turbocharged and supercharged builds could push the LS1 to 800 plus horsepower without breaking a sweat. It became one of the most swapped engines in history. Why? Because it was bulletproof, reliable. These engines last forever with basic maintenance. Cheap to modify, you could add huge power for a small budget. One of the best sounding V8s ever, that raw American muscle sound. Even today, the LS1 is one of the most beloved engines ever built. How the C5 became a speed enthusiast's dream. One of the biggest reasons the C5 is so popular among speed enthusiasts is its power-to-weight ratio. This car was light. Even though it made just 350 horsepower stock, it could hit 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, faster than many European sports cars of the time. And when modded, forget about it. A well-built C5 could destroy cars that cost 3 times as much. Drag racers loved it. Street racers loved it. Track day enthusiasts loved it. It wasn't just a muscle car, it was a well-balanced performance machine. The C5R, the Corvette that beat Ferrari. The C5 wasn't just fast on the streets, it dominated the racing world. The C5R race car was built to compete in endurance racing, and guess what? It didn't just compete, it won. Le Mans 24-hour race, 2001 and 2002. Corvette beat Ferrari and Porsche multiple ALMS championships, proving it wasn't a fluke. One of the most successful American race cars ever built. Imagine this, an American muscle car beating Ferraris at Le Mans. That's why the C5 is legendary. Why the C5 is a future classic today? The C5 is rising in value. It's one of the last true driver's cars before modern tech took over. No complicated electronics, just pure performance. It's simple, it's powerful, it's fast, it's easy to work on, and parts are cheap. It was the start of a new era for Corvette and the beginning of modern American supercars. If you're thinking about buying one, now is the time. Prices are still reasonable, but clean C5s are getting harder to find. Final thoughts. The Corvette C5 isn't just a car, it's a piece of American automotive history. It's light, powerful, affordable, and built to go fast. Whether you want a fun weekend car, a track beast, or a full-on race build, the C5 is one of the best platforms out there. Would you drive a C5? Drop a comment below. Smash that like button if you love American muscle, and subscribe for more epic car content. See you in the next one.